Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS and BORSOG Trader. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back KS family and the BORSOG clan. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin currently down 0.19% to 19,297. Ethereum up 0.34% to 1076. From my 30 plus years in financial markets, I explain the smart money mindset to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, gaining real wealth in the process. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, please subscribe to YouTube. Please consider sharing and liking this video and also subscribing to the channel. We would love to have you as part of our globally extended KS family. Thank you for tuning in. I very much appreciate us sharing this time together. What we've actually just done is a quick run through of the crypto market. This allows us to gain situational awareness over what the crypto market is doing, drilling into each sector. This information is absolutely incredibly valuable to refer back to at some point in the future. I've left helpful links in the description of this video, such as the links to the CryptoTradingKS Masterclass. You can use this link here to contact an ambassador and to get 80% off. I also have the tax software I use, and you can always directly message me on Twitter at any time. I recently saw a lot of people losing hope about the crypto market, and there's no wonder. Everybody's talking about crypto winter and basically the end of the world. So I started BORSOG Trader, and BORSOG trading, buy on red, sell on green, is all about using percentages in your favor. And what I just did was just to release how I made 22% profit in 1 day and 4 hours on Unify Protocol DAO. That's UNFI. And I'll be adding in a lot more videos. Please have a look through these videos. They can show you how you can actually make money during a time where Bitcoin is coming down and most people are basically running for the hills. As crypto technical analysts, we scientifically track investor attention. This allows us to actually BORSOG. Investor attention is measured by price, which is reality, not future promises. The first critical step is to use the CTKS method to comprehend the exponential price action inside crypto. Crypto is the most volatile market on the planet. It's very, very different from the stock market and Forex. Then we look to outside trends, checking the stock markets, checking world events and collecting probabilities. Then we come back into the crypto market to find the market's focus. That's why I always show you the heat map. It's giving you some indication of where the focus of the market is. That's rule 32. And we know that opportunities reset daily, so there's always something cooking inside crypto. And I always enhance your pattern recognition. That's rule 109. And before we buy or sell, we must have a very professional mindset. It's really important to fight self-doubt and self-sabotage. We do it through positive excellence and real wealth. And then there's a smorgasbord of methods to buy and sell. And we look at those in the trigger section of the masterclass. When I talk about real wealth and positive excellence, it's just all about creating a foundation that you can support your success on. When you have inner peace and outer peace, a lot of people think that this is optional. If you want to be a professional investor or trader, you really need inner peace and outer peace because you need to focus on what's actually going to progress you forward. And this is the same in every discipline, and in your job, in your relationships, everything. If you have inner and outer peace, you're going to feel more gratitude and happiness, more fulfillment and meaning. And that's really what life is about. It's about getting to those things. So what is the fastest way there? It's integrity, decency, and kindness. They're really, really important. Money should always come as a byproduct. It never front runs success. Success is a lot of pain, hard work, persistence, and commitment. A lot of people want to get rich really quickly. They end up not getting rich quickly. There's nothing in this world that's done fast. You have to put the effort in. Using Rule 25 225, we understand that Bitcoin cannot escape the stock market's gravity. This means that we need to be aware of what the main markets are doing, even though we're in crypto and it may seem, sort of boring. What are the stock markets doing? Who cares? We care because it will impact Bitcoin's price. We can see in the last trading session, the fear came out of the market. That caused the Nasdaq 100 to rally up. We had a bit of a fall in bond prices and a bit of a rise in yields. And this is good. This is what we want to actually see. And we are also seen recently that gold hit a support level and bounced. It's still under resistance and the dollar has been backing off. Inflation, as measured through a proxy of oil, is still under positive pressure. And if we look at the put-call ratio, especially the junk bonds, we can see that some confidence is being restored into the main markets. Masterclass students, you'll get these live charts in lesson TM6 of the CryptoTradingKS Masterclass. When we're looking at gold and precious metals, what do we actually see here? Something interesting. Palladium is starting to come up. It's a very light line, but you can see it's starting to come up. Gold is still heading down. If we look at copper, the inverse DXY, which tends to give us a bit of a directional bias on where the metals may go, we can see the inverse DXY is coming down with precious metals. And we can see silver selling down. Copper is also down. Platinum also down. We would seek to see a bit of a turnaround in these precious metals. Why do we seek to see a turnaround? As you can see here with silver and gold and Bitcoin, Bitcoin is in yellow. They tend to correlate quite closely with each other at the present time. Masterclass students, you'll receive this live chart in TR23. It's often good to check the transportation indices, and we can see the transport indexes have been on the way down. When they're on the way down, that's generally not the best case for the economic system. It generally just comes with it. So what we actually want to see here is these indices getting over resistance and starting to rally back up. That would be very positive for Bitcoin and of course the stock market as well. And Masterclass students, you'll get this live chart in TM3. A big discussion on people's minds is inflation, and we can see the inflation rate, the 10-year and the 5-year break-even inflation rate have come down substantially. The Nasdaq had done a bit of a bounce and has come down, and Bitcoin is also coming down at the moment. We can see that M1, M2 money stocks are actually increasing. The Fed said it was going to reduce its balance sheet. It's been sort of wavering, been going down, coming up, going down. It may come up again. And the annual inflation rate is currently 8.6%. And you can see the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, this particular purple line has been coming up and up and up. Masterclass students, you will gain this live chart in TM4. The next FOMC meeting is in 23 days and 19 hours. And what do they actually expect to occur? The current target rate is 150 to 175 basis points. There's an 86% probability just right now that the target rate will be 225 to 250 basis points. So what we're looking at is a 75 basis point increase in that. And you can keep your eyes on these statistics down the bottom. As of now, 86.2 here. There's a 13.8% probability that they will be from 200 to 225. That's a 50 basis point rise. But the overwhelming majority of people think it's going to be 225 to 250, so a 75 point basis increase. But when we look a month ago, we can see the percentages were really different. The reason that we look at the US market is because it's the largest market on the planet, the largest financial market on the planet. About 60%, $60 out of every $100 that's invested in stock markets goes to the US market. This is really important to understand why we must look at the US market. And we can see the US markets here in green. The Nasdaq, the S&P, the Dow, the Russell have been coming down. They've been retracing. And we can also see Other countries, such as the Japan's market, has been decreasing as well. We were starting to get above resistance with Japan's market and also Australia's market and nearly Germany's market, but they've all broken down recently. And what do we notice? China's market is starting to come up. It's starting to come up. It's very, very close to a long-term level of resistance at the moment. You can see just how close it is. It basically hit that line and has come back just a little, but it's still in an uptrend. The probability is that it will get through this particular line, and that would be good for the world, because China improving, its stock market improving, would send signals all around the world as well. China is the world's factory. Masterclass students, you'll get my live chart in LV19. We know that no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity, and Bitcoin cannot escape the stock market's gravity either. What do we see currently? Bitcoin is currently trading at 19,275. We were trying to get above this resistance. We almost got there and hit another level of resistance at 19,668. 19,668 is really key. That's the previous all-time high of the past halving cycle. So we can see we're just below the high of the previous cycle, just at the moment. The crypto fear and greed index was 14 yesterday. It's currently 11 today. So there's been more fear inside the market. And what we see is the 11 mark running through here. It gives you some kind of concept as to where the 11 mark has been previously encountered. Looking at the max pain levels, we can see that basically 19,000 is the max pain level for the next couple of days. But the end of month options max pain is actually 25,000. That could indicate we should get some upward movement. But we saw previously that we've seen where we had max pain sitting up at 29, and it was 20,500 the day before. It did cause a little bit of an uptick, but not too much in that particular case. So we can't read too much into this, other than this is quite positive, but we have to maintain an open outlook on things. Just have our 3-case scenario, our 3-dimensional thinking in play at all times. That is, if you make a prediction and you think it's going up, that is definitely one decision point. But what if it comes down? What will you do with your portfolio or your specific trades if that happens? And Bitcoin is really, really volatile, so it could come down really hard. And it also can go up really hard as well. And what happens if it just flatlines? It does pretty much nothing, and it gets ready to digest its next massive move. What would you do then? You always have to have this 3-dimensional thinking. I've seen a lot of times people get really caught into one particular decision point. It's got to do X. And then when it does the inverse of that, people are really shocked. But this is always the way the financial markets play out. They're meant to disrupt retail thinking. So that's why I talk a lot about professional thinking, which is 3-dimensional decision making, and so many things I go through just designed to equip you with a different way of looking at the market. We can see dynamic support coming in at the moment at 18,798. That is the support from the KS model. That has quite frequently caught price and actually maintained a dynamic support level incredibly well. But price can cut through it, and this is what we need to always be aware of. Let's have a look at the longs and the shorts. The longs are this green line. You can see it's come down. The longs have been coming out of the market relative to the shorts, and now they've started to come back in. The shorts were coming back into the market. They got liquidated, causing this short squeeze here, and they've been coming down, and they've been coming down rather hard just recently, causing this bit of a short squeeze here. So let's check out liquidations and see what's cooking. Over the past 24 hours, there's been 80.65 million in liquidations across 25,240 positions. When looking at total liquidations across the past 24 hours, we can see that for total, we've got about 50% short. 50% short and around 50% long. What about the past 12 hours? Around 67% short. What about the past 4 hours? Nearly 79% short. What about the past hour? It's starting to go the other way, 71% long. You can see how those different liquidations, the shorts versus the longs, is absolutely being reflected in the price. Looking at total liquidations, we can see the total liquidations are just like typical weekend liquidations. They're not great. We're really waiting for the US economy to open up after Independence Day. And happy Independence Day, everyone. Looking at the top crypto projects, we understand what's happening with Bitcoin at the moment. So we turn to pattern recognition. We can see Bitcoin's gravity weighing on Ethereum. But we can see that spike in Ethereum's price, just as we had a spike in Bitcoin's price. What about Binance Coin? Binance Coin is just struggling to get above this resistance. When it gets above that resistance, the next target would be 225.30, and the next target conservatively would be 237.30. If it breaks below, the next target would be 214.17, and the next 207.60. And we can see XRP behaving with more strength. It got above this 31.78 resistance level, and it could come back and retest that. The next level up is around 33.34, and the next level above that is around 36.61. Just something to keep in mind. So what's happening with ADA, Cardano? Cardano has basically just pretty much nearly got through its resistance level at around 45.50. It's just pretty much smack bang on it. The next resistance level will be 47.06. The next one up will be 50.11. If we actually drop down, we would expect support around 44.44 and then coming down further to about 43.60. We need to always be aware if things go in our direction, go flat, or go against us. So that's why you actually want to look through these dynamics of the charts from a positive direction and a negative direction and just a flat direction as well. When we look at Solana, we can see Solana, a resistance level playing at 33.46. So just price is just below that at the moment. The next resistance level, 35.23, and then coming up, the next major one, 41.03. If we actually hit the support, it will be at around 32.19, and then 29.80, and then around 27.64. Just things to keep your mind on. Let's have a look at Doge. Doge is bypassing a level of resistance. It's getting a little bit choppy at the moment. So you can see it actually cut under this particular support line, but it's shown a lot of strength to come back to actually retest this resistance line at 67.22. And it's just a bit below that at the moment. The next resistance will be 70.53 and upwards at 76.74. If we lose the potential support at 65.48, we're heading down to 63.03. If not, down to 56.67. There could be some really good BORSOG opportunities with Doge. But of course, always do your own research and just pick the cryptos that are right for you. I don't endorse or say that you should go into any specific crypto at all, ever. Let's have a look at DOT. Polkadot has a level of resistance at 68.88 and it's currently 66.83.82. Now the next level of resistance will be 7.18 and then coming up the major one, 8.10. If we lose the current level of resistance, we would expect a move back to around 6.67. So just have your three-dimensional thinking always playing out in advance. Just think to yourself, okay, if we get above resistance here, and that's looking good, for example, for Binance Coin, for a lot of them, it looks probabilistic. But what if it goes the other way? Always have your strategies in play. Let's have a look and see what cryptos are moving in the top 100. The greatest gainers over the past 24 hours, T-Fuel up 12.26%, Arweave nearly up 12%, Compound 7.2% up, Thorchain or Rune 5.3% up, Phantom about 4.9% up, Curve CRV up 4.4%, and Synthetics just a little over 4% up. Going the other way, greatest losses over the past 24 hours, KuCoin token KCS down 6.66%, NEM down 6.3%, USDC down 3.38%, BAT down 3%, Matic down 2.22%, Symbol XYM down 2.11%, and Tezos XTZ down 1.32%. There are always opportunities in the crypto market, and if you haven't subscribed yet to BORSOG Trader, please come across. The link is in the description. This is where I share real trades with you, and I always share my trade history so you can see and legitimize it for yourself. These are percentages that were made as Bitcoin was coming down, and it's important to know that there are always opportunities, and I have a lot of these trades to share with you. I hope they help. There are massive opportunities to BORSOG, but you must always take care of your risk. If we look at current price action, we're getting close to a decision point being made if Bitcoin is going to go up or down. And that's really important because Bitcoin's gravity will play out on your beloved alts. So just look into the structure of Bitcoin and the market and make your decisions. It's really important to be aware of both the upside, the downside, and the flat horizontal movements because they all happen in crypto. Where do you think Bitcoin is going to? Do you think we'll actually end up reaching resistance at 19,668, the previous all-time high of the last cycle? Or do you think we'll go flat and stay at around this 19,245 level? Or do you think we'll go down and breach the 18,798? Or potentially the 18,156? Please let me know in the comments, where do you think we're headed? I very much appreciate everybody sharing their comments from yesterday's video. It's a really good idea to read those comments. There's a lot of different ideas there, and it will give you a really good perspective of how different people are viewing the market. It's also an incredibly good thing for you to do. In crypto, everybody's thought is valid, and it's an incredibly safe community where you can share your opinions, whatever they are. As professional investors and traders, we look at gratitude, not fear, when it comes to the market. Even if the market is red, we look for the opportunities. We do not let fear control us. I think a discussion on fear would be really, really good. How have you overcome fear, especially fear of placing trades into the market? Fear is literally enemy number one. It's on the number one most wanted list everywhere in the investment and trading inner police. It's really important not to let fear take over your trades and investments. Just let probabilities do that instead. Please consider sharing and liking this video and also subscribing to the channel. We would love to have you as a part of our globally extended KS family. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers, and to the CTKS ambassadors for assisting Masterclass students. And of course, a very big thank you to you for watching and for being part of our global family. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, please subscribe to YouTube. I've left helpful links in the description of this video, such as the tax software I use and the CryptoTradingKS Masterclass. Please seek out an ambassador to get 80% off. And a special call out to Peter. Peter said, "Hi everyone, as someone who has literally devoured content from many YouTube crypto influencers over the last few years, I can tell you unequivocally that Ken's BORSOG teachings stand alone in the space, head and shoulders above any other trading ideas in the market." Thanks, Peter. Nobody else lends optimism to the space in terms of seeing market opportunities like Ken. Please, if you're serious about succeeding in this market, take the masterclass. It is incredible. hit the link of any ambassador for your discount code, and those links are in the description of this video. And thank you, Peter, for your kind comments. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care, and see you next time. Bye for now. And of course, happy 4th of July to our American friends.